What's coming in 2024 and 2025? From escalating wars in Russia-Ukraine, Israel-Hamas, and India-Pakistan-China, to massive technological shifts driven by artificial intelligence, these next 2 years will shape the future of the world. In this video, we dive deep into the facts: billions lost in wars, the rise of AI and its multi-trillion-dollar market, environmental crises costing lives, and the global movements that are pushing for change. Are you prepared for the challenges ahead? From economic impacts to human lives at stake, we cover it all. Stay informed about how these events and innovations will affect you personally, your finances, and global stability. As we head into 2024, the world is witnessing an unprecedented surge in global conflicts. The ongoing Russia-Ukraine war has already cost over $500 billion in damages, with nearly 300,000 soldiers and civilians killed or wounded. Ukraine's infrastructure has been devastated, with 40% of its power grid destroyed. The war has sent shockwaves through global oil and gas markets, pushing energy prices up by over 30% and disrupting supply chains worldwide. Israel and Hamas are locked in another deadly conflict, with 4,000+ lives lost in 2023 alone. Each day of this conflict costs the Israeli economy around $100 million, and the broader Middle East region is seeing ripple effects, from rising refugee crises to heightened military budgets. Defense spending in Israel has jumped by 20%, reaching $24 billion in 2024, while the Palestinian economy continues to deteriorate under the blockade. India, Pakistan, and China are edging closer to potential conflict over border disputes and regional dominance. A clash between these nuclear powers could have devastating economic and human costs, with estimates of over $1 trillion in potential damages and market disruptions. Stock markets in India and Pakistan have already seen volatility, with sectors like defense and energy experiencing major gains, while tourism and exports face significant declines. While conflicts rage on, technology is advancing faster than ever. By 2025, artificial intelligence, or AI, is expected to create a global market valued at over $2 trillion. Investments in AI reached $150 billion in 2023 and are expected to skyrocket to $300 billion by 2025. But there's a flip side. Studies predict that AI could replace up to 40% of jobs in industries like manufacturing, finance, and even creative sectors. The rise of AI could lead to job losses in millions. For example, 3 million manufacturing jobs in the USA alone are at risk, with industries in countries like India and China also facing significant automation pressures. At the same time, the tech sector is set to create new jobs, but will there be enough to offset the losses? Meanwhile, AI's role in surveillance and warfare is growing, with global defense budgets allocating $50 billion specifically for AI and automation by 2025. The U.S. military has already committed over $20 billion to integrate AI in its defense systems. How will these advancements impact global security and our daily lives? Environmental disasters are becoming a bigger threat each year, and the costs are staggering. In 2023 alone, natural disasters caused by climate change, like floods and wildfires, led to $270 billion in damages worldwide. By 2025, this figure is expected to rise to $400 billion, with countries like India, Bangladesh, and Indonesia being hit the hardest. Rising sea levels and extreme weather events could displace over 50 million people by 2025, sparking mass migrations and refugee crises. Climate change is also hitting agriculture hard, with global food prices expected to rise by 20 to 30%, leading to severe food shortages in vulnerable regions. As of 2024, governments are increasing their climate adaptation budgets, with global spending on climate action projected to reach $1 trillion annually. But are these efforts enough? The World Health Organization estimates that by 2030, 250,000 additional deaths per year could be caused by climate-related health issues, including heat stress, malnutrition, and disease. If immediate actions aren't taken, the cost to human life and the global economy could be catastrophic. Amid these global challenges, the world of sports continues to offer moments of unity and excitement. The 2024 Paris Olympics are projected to bring in over $5 billion in revenue from broadcasting rights, sponsorships, and tourism. However, the cost of hosting the games has ballooned to $8 billion, raising questions about whether these mega events are sustainable in a world facing economic uncertainty. Meanwhile, the ICC Cricket World Cup 2024, to be hosted by India, is expected to attract over 1 billion viewers globally, generating nearly $2.5 billion in revenue from media rights and advertising. The sports industry overall is projected to grow to $600 billion by 2025, driven by emerging sectors like esports, which alone will surpass $1.6 billion in revenue. Esports in particular is revolutionizing the way people consume entertainment. With millions of new gamers entering the space, prize pools for major tournaments now exceed $100 million. But as technology evolves, how will the intersection of sports, AI, and big data shape the future of competition? The global rise of anti-Muslim movements and discriminatory policies continues to create social unrest. In 2023, hate crimes in India increased by 15%, with over 500 incidents of violence reported. European countries like France and Austria are also seeing a rise in anti-Muslim sentiment, with stricter laws being introduced that ban religious symbols and clothing. This shift has sparked protests globally, with over 1 million people participating in rallies throughout Europe. How will governments balance public safety with civil rights in 2024 and 2025? The global refugee crisis, spurred by both wars and environmental disasters, continues to grow. The United Nations predicts that over 100 million people could be displaced by 2025 due to conflict and climate change, leading to an increase in nationalist movements and stricter immigration laws worldwide. At the same time, social movements calling for climate action, racial justice, and fairer economic policies are gaining momentum. Global protests in 2023 alone attracted over 25 million participants as people demand systemic changes from their governments. What does the future hold for these movements, and how will they shape the political and social landscape of 2024 and 2025? The next 2 years will be pivotal. Whether it's the growing threat of global conflicts, the rise of AI, or the environmental disasters looming on the horizon, 2024 and 2025 will shape the future of our world. The facts are clear. Billions are at stake, lives are being lost, and the impacts on everyday life will be felt by everyone. If you want to stay informed on these critical developments, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let us know in the comments. What concerns you the most about the future? And don't forget to share this video with others who need to know what's coming.